You're welcome back. Now's your chance to call in. You can call in on 0808 054 2233. That's 0808 054 2233 with any questions or comments about diarrhea. You can also tweet in, and if your tweets come in time, they could be treated. Now, doctors say, if your baby is still nursing actively, you're safe. Sometimes they even send you back home. It's all right. Okay, he has diarrhea, but as long as he's sucking, fine. Why is that?
That ability to suck, particularly gusty sucking, it means that it hasn't given the child what we call constitutional. It's not having a systemic effect. It's just a irritation or inflammation of the bowel, which should get better with time. The child is taking breast milk, that should be enough. But you could also add some additional fluid because the child is losing fluid faster than is getting the breast milk, and that should sort everything out. What we do now, we normally add zinc. We found that babies that we give zinc, they do better. And there's also a new drug, not many people know about it, it's called probiotics.
Okay, that's what you get from yogurt.
Yes,
I learned that. Let's take this call and come back to that. Hello, John. John is calling from.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John. What's your question?
My question is, each time I take milk, I notice I have diarrhea. Should it be a cause of worry to me?
Okay, thank you so much, John. What is happening to John? Seems he can't keep his milk down.
Well, I really don't know the evolutionary reason why, but John, there are many Nigerians who cannot tolerate lactase. It's something that is inside. They don't have enough lactase. That's the enzyme inside our intestine that helps you to digest lactose, which is part of milk. So you may not be able to take milk. You take other forms of protein, or you take things like soya milk. Now we have soya milk in Nigeria. You can have that, put that in your tea or your ogi.
Okay, so no cause for concern. It's just stay off milk.
Yes.
So what would John have done when he was a baby? Would he have been able to tolerate breast milk? Doesn't it have...
Sometimes you're born with it, can be congenital. Sometimes, and the degree changes with time. And so sometimes you could have a mild form of lactose intolerance. You may have recurrent episodes of diarrhea, and that makes it even worse. And then there's some people that when they don't tolerate milk, it's not because they don't have enough lactase, which is common among the Nigerians, it's because they have cow's milk allergy.
Oh, so they could take some other type of milk?
Yes,
except cow's milk?
Yes, except cow's milk.
Okay, back to what we were talking about. What happens... Okay, we're having another call. I'll keep that question on hold while we answer this. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Dan Ladi.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Dan Ladi. What's your question?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's have your question.
I have a question for the doctor.
Go right ahead.
My little daughter used to experience cough at night.
You have to speak a bit clearer.
Hello?
Yes, that's fine. Go ahead.
I say I have a question for the doctor.
Go ahead.
My little daughter of about 3 years, she experienced cough at night.
Cough?
Cough, yeah.
Not diarrhea. I think we've lost Dan Ladi. Well, that's not the topic, but does that have any connection with diarrhea?
No, it doesn't have any connection with diarrhea.
Okay, maybe we'll treat cough another time, Dan Ladi. Well, anyway, what happens to the baby? What do you do? What should you do if the baby stops sucking? A baby who has diarrhea.
I think you should get to the hospital quickly. Because this is a sign that baby is now dehydrated. And like I told you, dehydration can lead to shock.
Okay.
Or it means that this may be some other illness that just has diarrhea as part of the symptoms.
Okay.
You know,
it could be
like
some other
sepsis
illness
or severe severe malaria, or so any baby that's not sucking, please appeal to all carers, mothers, fathers, grandmothers. Take these children to the hospital quickly or to your primary health care center, because They found that if you have moderate dehydration from a diarrheal illness, you may not even need to have a drip, except if you are vomiting, if you have significant vomiting. Because they found that many babies, if you just take it, put it in a cup and give the child with a spoon. So maybe every 5 minutes, you give, if you are planning to say, okay, I'm giving this child, this 10-kilo child, 50 mils per, maybe 100 mils per kilo, that's 1 liter. You just take that 1 liter, decant it into a cup, and every 5 to 10 minutes, you give a few sips. You'll be surprised that within 4 hours, you have completed it, and the baby will jump up. Or the doctor can put what you call a nasogastric tube through the nose into the stomach and feed that child. Teach the mother how to feed the child with a syringe.
Through the nose?
Yes, through the nose, straight in. The doctor or the nurse will insert it, and the mother sits down and actually delivers it and brings that child out of shock.
We're having another call.
Okay.
Just a minute. Hello. I think that's Asedai. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Please tell me what your name is. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, good.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'll say bye.
I say bye. All right then. I say bye.
Yeah.
Your question.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can we have your question?
Yes, please. I'm calling from Bielsa. I want to say thank you very much to the consultants. I have, yes, my question is.
Go ahead.
To the consultant. All right. The question I have is, what is this thing that whenever I hear of a good news, whenever I get a good news, what is this thing?
What's happening is that your TV is on too loud. You need to put the volume down.
Okay, sorry, let me put it. Yes, hello, can you hear me now?
It's fine.
Okay. Whenever I hear a good news, I have this running stomach. I don't know what causes it. Can you liken that to this area or whatever?
All right. The doctor will handle that. As I said, here's good news and tummy loosens.
I'm very happy that your life is full of good news, but there are some people who, because of the link between, they call it the brain-gut axis, anytime something happens with the brain, it has its direct influence on the intestine, and it can work on, for some people, it gives them pain. For some other people, it gives them increased movement of the intestines, and this presents as diarrhea. So you just have a very sensitive intestinal system.
Okay, Victor is asking about local remedies like Gary. Does it work? Some people tell you need to take something to block it.
Yes.
You take bread or you take Gary. Does that work?
Yes, we do. We have found also the WHO did a lot of research, and because these children, lots of children from the developing countries, from the lower socioeconomic areas living in slums, this relationship between diarrhea and having malnutrition, they have now developed like modified forms of the ORS where they actually add some starch into it. So like rice in it, or some gruel that's people take regularly, and they add it to the solution so that at least you can absorb some nutrients. And they found that people, when you take things like bread, or biscuits, just so as to keep your glucose up, and to keep, yes.
So Ovene Chowen is asking, when you talk about shock from diarrhea, is it unconsciousness or is it related to that?
It progresses to unconsciousness because, like I said, when you have dehydration, you lose fluid. So your circulation is not moving. The fluid there just gets thick and it doesn't move well. And what happens is that now, to supply water, to supply oxygen, to take away the acid from your cells when they go through some process does not occur. And the end result of it is your cells in your different organs start dying. So when you start having confusion, you're irritable, after some time, the people will arouse you, you wouldn't wake up.
Okay, the person is slipping away.
You're slipping away. So the shock has affected the circulation in your brain and you're gradually going away.
Okay. Emmanuel wants to know, should he use metronidazole?
In Nigeria, for some very weird reason, it has come to place that when people have diarrhea, they just say, let me go and buy flagyl.
That's the first thing they go for.
Yes, I don't know how it came into the system. It wasn't like that when I finished medicine in 1980. It's just something that after coming back from the United Kingdom after many years, I just found it has slipped into our day-to-day. It's like a home remedy, and it shouldn't be such. Flagyl is good for some type of infective diarrhea. There's one they call amoebiasis, there's one they call giardiasis.
And the person cannot know until he's diagnosed,
yes,
right?
Yes, so we shouldn't really be just taking it. We should go to the doctor, and the doctor should assess the possibility of it being an amoebiasis or a giardiasis, and the doctor should actually do a blood test.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dosekun, for coming. This has been wonderful, and I'm sure Nigerians can relate to this.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks for letting us into your home, and thank you for the calls, John, Danladi, Asebai, and all the questions on Twitter. Have a great day. I'm Mary Alale Yusuf.